Stacy, how would you call her, Rabbi or Stacy?
Stroller, Sam. Stroller. Sam was so happy. Shalom gam lachem. Shalom. You're on a visit. I don't even know what day of the week it is today. Isn't it crazy? We've been here since, we arrived on that ghastly flight at 10 to 1 in the morning on, I guess it was Friday morning. Yeah, thank you very much. That was really nice to receive an arrival. Hello.
How are ya?
Hi. Yeah. Get a lot of sleep, Nancy? Whatever it is.
We're in residence for the next couple of hours. This is Michael, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to him. I'm going to turn the mic over to Mike. That's the first time you've ever heard that, I'm sure, right? Absolutely original. Okay. And he's going to tell you what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Bevakasha, Michael.
He's going to be taping the whole time. Huh? He's going to be taking pictures.
Morning.
No.
This is a...
Okay.
I'll do it. She was feeling quite abandoned with all of us, plus Rachel.
Proper members of the world, a nation like all other nations, a proper European country like they want to be, we must then build architecturally like the rest of Europe. And they took this very heavy socialist, Weimar Republic, liberal style architecture and they brought it here. There's one difference between what's called British Bauhaus and European Bauhaus, and that is an allowed balconies because of the sun. But those of you who don't know, the idea of Bauhaus is very straight.
As a source of fuel and coal being available from countries that have a stable long-term relationship with Israel. South Africa is our main source of coal and still is, I think. Also Australia, Poland, we get coal from. Oil is still the supplier of most of our fuel, and oil we now get from Egypt we get a lot, from Venezuela, and the rest we buy here and there wherever the price is good. So those are our two major rock. Can you see that? This is an ancient stone quarry. Okay, now, I want you to photograph that in your minds because
I don't have a mind left.
It's going to be significant of all places when we go to Yad Vashem, to the Valley of the Communities. Now, I know what I've said is completely incomprehensible, and I'm not going to tell you. So there, what I mean. But I want you to think about this and remember this, because the architect of that had
That's not fair if you
quite
put
a
it on
bit this
tape.
in mind when he did it. So we'll talk.
Well, you'll be able to remember
look over
it better.
here
Get your copy.
at Mount.
No, I
the
don't mean
mountain
that.
range that you see on your
I meant
right.
when we go to Yad Vashem.
Always right. There's a range of mountains over
It's
there.
like a hill.
Okay. Is that all right? Because the sun's not very bright, luckily. So that whole range of mountains.
Is that all right, Miriam?
There's the.
What?
There's the. It's better than it used to be, and it's
Yeah.
even better than it used to be in the 19th century. There used to be signs in the late 19th century in all the trains that said, "Please do not descend from train to pick flowers while train is in motion."
Oh, dear.
We've gotten better than that, but not.
It's like the banana.
Somebody in Israel is you take the train that goes from Haifa to Tel Aviv, and you take someone and you tie him to the train tracks and you let him starve to death.
Oh, the poor trains. Yes, they are the butt of many jokes. This is true. Okay, and then if you want to use the train also, but seriously now, you want to use the train, if you live in Tel Aviv and it snows in Jerusalem and you want to see the snow, which it almost never, obviously, once every 50 years it snows in Tel Aviv, so you take the train to Jerusalem to see the snow because they close the roads because they become very slippery. So that's at least one good reason to use the train.
More homes. There is a little hospital and a sick bay and a clinic. And from here on, you can see, there it says, Beit Martin Luther King. To your right, you could see soon. Oh, there's a tractor there. Estás לזוז. The Israeli prisoner of war. I don't know where he is. And so that was the prayers here are beautiful. You should see kids running all over. Usually on Shabbat they're all dressed in white shirts. Now we really have a celebration.
They thought that the one thing you could do is you could be Dati, you could be Orthodox, where somebody's going to tell you what to do, or you can be nothing. And the idea that they could choose liberal Judaism is very, very new for them. So those people are going to come up. They're going to meet with everybody on the Yishuv. Really not everybody, but that's supposedly the criteria. They're going to sit with 10 families on the Yishuv. We're going to each tell each other about these people, and then we're going to vote. This is, of course, called elitism. We're going to vote whether we want them to be here or not. I have a big problem with it. The other side is, without doing this, we don't have a means of continuing on this process. What does a person have to do if he wants to be up here? He has to have enough money to really build a house, so he's not going to stay in one of these caravans forever. That's the first criteria. I'd like to say it was different than the first criteria said he was a liberal Jew, but it's not. Second criteria is he doesn't have to commit to coming to services once or all the time or ever. What he has to do is he has to commit to being open to the idea of liberal Judaism. That's what he has to commit to. That's like the minimal of minimal. And then it goes by feeling. If we feel good about the person, we accept them. And we have a whole range of people. We have people here who think that they're Orthodox, and I say that a little cynically. We have several people who are really more conservative type Jews, and we have a lot of Reform Jews, and we have a lot of people who are still secular, but they come to services, but they consider themselves secular. That's what we have. And we have a couple of people who are anti, a couple, like 3 maybe. And that came from a process of us being good Reform Jews and open to everything. And we accepted people who really weren't open, and it's a problem. It's unfortunate, and it's a problem, and it's making a lot of tension for us. So on one hand, our whole yeshuv is built on these ideological foundations. Like, one of the important things for us is coexistence, and we're running this camp by hook or by crook that's really a model of its kind with our true neighbors. On the other hand, we choose who's going to live in our synagogue, in our area. It's a hard thing to swallow, especially in 15 minutes.
How do people make their money?
Almost everybody goes off the issue, except for that group that you saw there. That's not true. Let's start again. People either work on the issue with their own business that they run, which people have found is very possible. I threw one of the things out to you is that there's somebody here from public relations, and she decided she's going to have her office here, and everyone said she'll never make it. She's been very good as a nurse. And people do everything. People really do everything. And most of the people work in one of the neighboring cities, and more people are trying to move close to Carmiel because you get this bug once you really come up here, and you have time to really take in the area, you don't want to leave. Just stay, and you want to stay. So people are trying to move their offices or their work as close as possible, if not onto the heart.
What's the age range of the adults?
We have about 90% of the families are young families with young children. About 10% of people of all ages. It's all made up of Yeshuvim. We're the only Yeshuv that accepted people of all ages. This is very interesting. And I'll tell you why. It's very interesting. It's problematic. We have these issues constantly that we bring up and we fight about. I'll give you an example of an issue that we just had a big fight about. We had a fight about whether we would accept gay couples here at the Yeshuv. And I'll tell you, I'm going to tell you honestly because, this doesn't reflect any one person's opinion. What we came up with as a Yeshuv, after fighting and having discussions after the fights, and then having a vote after all of the discussions, is that we as a Yeshuv, on principle, accept gay couples, and we're not accepting them at this day, but we're going to be looking forward after our first gal of Klita. What does that mean? After the first wave of new people settled here. We're what you call a stigmatized Yeshuv here at Har Chalutz. We're already what they call Dati. We're Dati, but we're Dati like you're Dati. We're religious like you're religious. But we are religious and we want to be special. Being already with the stigma of being a religious Yeshuv has made our absorption process more slow than any other Yeshuv in Israel. We're a wonderful Yeshuv, we've got incredible people, and yet we're growing slowly. On one hand, that's the way it is. On the other hand, it's frustrating because our kids are looking for, they want other kids their age. They feel isolated. We have kids, sometimes we have 8 or 10 kids in a shikva, in a kita. Sometimes we have 1 or 2. And the kids feel isolated and they want other kids their age. And yet we're still growing slowly. We had 2 really difficult situations. We had an older, a young lady who's in now Kita Yud Aleph, in the 11th grade, who left the Yeshuv, her family's here. She left and she went and she settled on kibbutz because she had nobody her age. It was a failure for us. It hurts. It's a problematic thing. We didn't succeed in absorbing kids fast enough. The answer is, what they decided to do was, I got the tough time, so I'm going to walk you out and finish answering questions on the way out. That's the decision we've made. One's our ideology and the other is our reality. And hopefully, after this first wave of Klita, we're going to become more aligned with our ideology than what we are at this moment. That's, God, I really ended on a pessimistic note. I didn't mean to do that. Ask me a good question that I can tell you on your way out.
Carriage was down to the old quarter. Approximately, I think it's right there where you see the green awning at 2:30. 2:30. We can buy there and come up here so we're not all in one line.
Oh.
And there's tables in there, and the guy said it's very good.
Everybody is a mystic. You've just graduated the Kita Aleph of mysticism. Why do I say that? What's Chai? Chai is light. And what's the other meaning of Chai? You know that?
Yeah, that's what makes it.
18. Right, see, some people know. The Kabbalist, the person who believes in Kabbalah, in Jewish mysticism, is looking for a way to get closer to that way in the Torah, because in the Jewish tradition, the Torah is all of the revealed wisdom somewhere in a way that we can't see it. It's hidden wisdom, it's revealed wisdom. So how are we going to find out what the hidden wisdom is? We're going to figure out that there are more meanings than simply just that we can see. So, you know that.
Somebody's hat.
We're sharing the place, so I'm going to talk softly, so that means you have to be quiet. I wanted to tell you, in the whole range of Kabbalah, of Jewish mysticism, I just want to talk about one person. He's a person that has something to say that affected Reform Judaism too, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. This man's name was the Ari. Ari is a Hebrew word which means a lion, as a matter of fact, but the word is actually formed out of the letters of his name. Aleph Resh Yud is Adonenu Rabbi Yitzchak.
Yeah.
And that's why she took the stroller all
I see.
She wanted to think of Sam the entire time.
You
As a
missed
matter of
that.
fact, that's what I may take it home. You were going to leave it here? Can I take it?
Okay, I was distracted in the synagogue by one little man yelling at one thing and another little man yelling something else. That was such a mystical experience, I can't tell you. But I forgot to tell you something important that I did want to tell you. And with Kabbalah and with types of Judaism that are unfamiliar to us, I like dafka. That's a word you got to be in Hebrew. It's hard to translate. I like
mandate. This was the British mandate. They didn't like each other, so they had a border. They had customs houses and everything else. When they left the country, during the War of Independence, all this low-lying land was in Israel's hands. We agreed to return it to what we consider to be the international border on the condition that the Arabs did. France, England, America recognized this as the border. Those are our fields. Those are our kiwi fields over there. Those are wheat fields over here. We talk to people across the fence all day long. That's the kibbutz in the background. It's a little bit foggy today, hazy, but you can see the Golan back. Usually you can see the Hermon. It's very, very close. It looks every bit as nice as Mount Fuji, and until about a month ago it had snow on the top. We have snow on there from about October until May, the end of May this year. The kibbutz was an empty hill like this hill over here. Everything that's been planted there was planted there since 1949. You saw as we went around the kibbutz, we care about our landscaping, our quality of life. That's as important to us as earning a living. You feel the breeze here. Today it's about as low as it usually gets. One of the things we're going to do here is we're putting up windmills to make electricity for the national grid. It may not even be cheaper than using fossil fuels, but We care about the quality of the environment, and therefore we're going to do it, and we're financing it by underwriters on the New York Board of Exchange. So if this is your concept of kibbutz, then, you know, that's the way it's going today. Anybody have any questions about here? If not, let's get back on the bus. I want to go to the Army base, and I want to be back at the kibbutz by about...
I just saw what that
Listen, Jesse, take a picture of David.
Take a picture of David?
It's going up. Don't touch anything.
Don't even pretend, okay?
Can they go in?
Yeah.
How many days?
Sir.
Well, I can tell you this. This area is a quiet area. It's in the Lebanon. It's a good area to serve in as a soldier. We've been this unit, this platoon. I told you we change places every time. So we've been in places that are a lot worse than here.
last month when there was all that business going on?
With the bomb of the Hezbollah?
Were you affected?
Well, I told you, if you heard, the problem that we have in Hezbollah it's a daily problem. It's not the bomb that we killed 40 terrorists. It only gets us into a place that we know that now they have to do something. Now we know that they will try to do anything to hurt us. And if you heard yesterday, it's not yesterday, 2 days ago, a soldier was killed. It was in a very planned ambush near, if you know, the area of the before. It's north to Metula.
What thing is about getting across?
This base, the Syrians may sometime or another attack from this way, but today this base serves in order to stop that kind of an attack. It's not a base that's against missile attacks or things like that. Throughout all the armies across, all the armies had battles. That's why this was built here, that's why our was built. This is the side of Lebanon. The road.
Sand.
Everybody here loves flowers,
Yes.
many flowers.
Everybody did something. I thought that
Wonderful. Very.
because it was my job.
On the kibbutz?
Always in the fruit and with the apples
You want
and kiwi
Uh-huh.
and grapes.
I hadn't heard that they sold, that they grew grapes in Israel.
But
No,
it must be black. It must be sweet. 3 months.
3 months?
3 months to be
To
ready.
ripen. And then it turns black?
Must be black.
Oh, really?
Must be very
Oh,
nice.
these aren't green? They don't stay
They're
green?
real hard.
Yeah, but we better get that.
Of our trip today.
You are so unfair. Hey, I'm eating my soup in peace and quiet and l'chaim. Okay, you're laughing, honey. Let Jay shoot you, Chewie.
We're not done.
Wasn't today a wonderful day? Particularly love Ethiopians. That was my favorite. I would have liked to spend more time. Wouldn't you? I would have liked to spend more time. You know this one? That was a high 20. Did you know this game? Now put your hands on my head. Okay? Now the object of this game is that I have to, here I'll just show you, this won't count. But I have to hit my head. Go. Get him. Right, now you like that, okay. I got you. Now you try to get me. Now you put your hands down. We have to start like that and you try and hit me. Yours have to be like this. Oh, you got me. Okay. Now try to get my top. You have to try to come around to the tops. Like that. Got you. Got you. Over here. Get her. Now you do put yours. You don't want to. I got you. No, it's my turn. You do it, Nancy. That's your way. You don't hit her so. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, you know what? I'll do one with each. You give me this hand. You give me this hand. Okay, ready? Oh, that's beautiful. Got you. Okay, put them down. Put them down. Ready? And don't spoil it. Still there. I got you. Yes. Oh, I missed. Okay, now you get to get me. You put your hands below. Put your hands below mine. Okay, now you try and hit my hand. Yeah, looking at each other. You got me. Target got me. Okay, high five. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, other hand. Oh, whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and...
Hell-Dan Nature Reserve.
They're going so slow. Let's just stay there. Hey!
I lost. Where is it? I lost. At home. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm pushing the red.
Excuse me.
No.
Yeah, look through the...
Oh, there, I got it.
See? Everything.
So I did get you, but I didn't hear anything running. Yeah. Hi, Jay. Hi, Rabbi.
Ize Yofi?
Ize Yofi. Ize Yofi. Ize Yofi.
Yeah? What did I do to turn?
is a Kodak moment.
Yes, it is.
It's a Fuji moment.
Fuji moment?
Yeah.
Not a Kodak?
Kodak, Fuji, it's all film. Am I waiting?
Yeah, you can go.
Really?
You're doing a good job, Jay.
Wow, look at that rabbi fly.
Oh, look at the mosses. These are so beautiful. Look at them again. Look at them again. Oh, look at the mosses. Aren't these beautiful? Woo! Oh, it's great.
That is so nice. Hello.
Mommy.
Hey guys, is this do this?
1 foot.
Participating?
Only 1 foot, okay?
Only 1 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and then go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Accidentally took a picture of my feet.
To me, it looks like Minnie Mouse.
Birds are going to die.